Okay, so synthetic division, you can only use it for our purposes. You can use it for other ways, but just for us, it has to be x minus a number. Okay, so up here, we had 2x plus 1. This cannot work, okay, because it has a 2 there. Okay, so it has to be x minus or plus or minus a number. So this one will work in synthetic, it has x minus 4. But if there's a number in front of the x, we can no longer use it. Okay? We can, but you don't need to know that. Some of you guys will figure it out, because I think there's examples in the textbook, but you don't need to know it. Okay, so let's do synthetic now. Actually, I'm going to work with this one first. Because this one, we need to do some stuff to it. Okay, this is how synthetic is going to work. You're going to rewrite the numbers. We're not going to write any letters. 0 letters. So you're going to rewrite these numbers. So I'm going to write 4, negative 21, 12, 30, and 6. So I just want to double check something. Okay, so we're just going to write out the numbers. So we're ignoring all the letters for now, okay? Same with the divisor, we're going to ignore the letter. So we're going to use the number only, okay? So the number is negative 4 in the bracket, but I'm going to remove the 4 from the bracket. What happens when we have factors and we take the number out from the bracket? What happens to it? So if it's a negative 4 here, if I said, what's your x-intercept, and it's negative 4 here, what would be the x-intercept? Positive 4, right? The opposite. So we're going to do that here. So we're not going to put negative 4, we're going to put positive 4 on the outside. Okay, this is what's going to happen. The first step, so we're going to take now we're going to take these numbers and we're going to divide them by 4. Okay? But the first one is this. We're going to move the 4 down. So we're going to have an answer of 4 here. It only happens for the first number. Actually, we're not actually dividing. You'll see. So the first number moves down. Okay? Now we're going to do multiply and subtract, multiply and subtract. Okay, so similar to what we just did in long division, we multiplied, subtract, carry down. Multiply, subtract, carry down. So here, we're just going to be multiplying, subtracting. Sorry. Multiplying, adding. You'll see. 4 times 4. Okay, so we're going to multiply now. So 4 times 4 is? 16. So when we multiply, we put it in the next spot here. So we're going to put 16 here. Okay, now we're going to add. Negative 21 plus 16. Negative 21 plus 16 gives us? Nor? Minus 5, good. So we have negative 5. Okay, now we're going to multiply that number by 4. So 4 times negative 5 is? Negative 20. By the way, you still have to make sure that you're using this is in decreasing order with exponents. Okay, add them. So 12 minus 20. Austin, you end up? Negative 8, good. Okay, and then we repeat 4. 4 times negative 8 is negative 32. I know right now it's just a whole bunch of numbers. Like, what the hell are we doing? It don't make sense. 30 minus 32. Or? Minus 2, good. lastly, 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. And we have negative 2 at the end. Okay. So this is using synthetic division. Again, it's asking, is it a factor? It's a factor if this number is 0 at the end. Okay, this is your remainder right now. Okay, this has to be 0 in order for it to work. Okay, this is not a 0, so this is our remainder. So this is how it works. The answer to this, so if you divide 4x to the power 4 minus 21x cubed plus 12x squared plus 30x plus 6, if you divide it, you get this. You get one lower. You get 4x cubed minus 5x squared minus 8x minus 2 with a remainder of negative 2. So watch here. So since we started with the power of 4, your answer is a power of 3 because we factored out an x. So you just put these numbers in. So x cubed, x squared, x, and then no number. And then we have a remainder of negative 2. So when you divide these, you get 4x cubed minus 5x squared minus 8x minus 2 with a remainder of negative 2. So not a factor. Not a factor because we have a remainder. Okay, so 2x to the power of 4 minus 5x squared minus 12 divided by x plus 2. Okay, so again, you have to make sure you have a decreasing order of exponents. So we start with the power of 4, so we have to have a power of 3, a power of 2, power of 1, and then a number. Okay, are we missing any of those? Yes, we're missing the cubed and x. So we're actually missing 2. So we would have insert 0x cubed and 0x. So when we're writing out the numbers, we write 2, then 0, then negative 5, then 0 again, and minus 12. With division, that is the most, it's the mistake that happens the most. The students forget the zeros. Okay? Don't forget the zeros. Divided by x plus 2. So what number am I going to put out here? What number did I put on the outside? Negative 2. Put negative 2 here. So we're just dealing with the numbers. So 2, 0, negative 5, 0, negative 12. Okay, first step is carry down the first number. So I'm going to carry down the 2. Now we multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. Negative 2 times 2. Actually, I want you guys to finish it off. I didn't write any answers. I'm hoping it comes out to 0. Comes to 0? Yes. 2, and negative 4, what's the other one? 2, negative 4, 3, negative 6, 0. Yep. Negative 4, 3, negative 6. And then a 0 at the end. Okay, so negative 2 times 2. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Add them together. 0 minus 4 is minus 4. Negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8. Negative 5 plus 8 is 3. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. 0 minus 6 is minus 6. Negative 2 minus negative 6 is positive 12. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0. So this remainder is 0. So it is a factor, but I'm going to write out what the quotient is. So the quotient is 1 degree less than what we started with. So it's x to the power 4. So we're going to have 2x to the power 3 minus 4x squared plus 3x minus 6 with a remainder of 0. Questions? We're going to have to know this for this chapter and next chapter. Okay, synthetic and long division. You're going to have to know, you have to know both divisions. On a test, I will ask you to do both. Okay, a last question. Determine the dividend if the divisor is x plus 4. Quotient is that. Okay. So just to rearrange it, so if you have the dividend, so the dividend divided by the divisor gives you the quotient. Right? The dividend divided by the divisor gives you the quotient. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're taking the dividend, we divide it, and we get our answer. Okay? But now the question is giving us a divisor, and it's giving us the answer already. So we want to find out what the original equation was, or expression, the original expression. So we want to find out what the dividend is. Okay? So to find the dividend, what do you think we have to do with the divisor and the quotient and the remainder? Multiply them. Good. Because if you bring this over here, it becomes multiplication on the other side. So the dividend equals the quotient multiplied by the divisor. Okay, just know this because there are questions where they'll give you different ones. So we're going to multiply it. And the one thing I didn't put was plus the remainder after. We're going to add the remainder at the end. Okay, so let's multiply it. So x plus 4 times x squared minus 4x plus 10. multiply, and we're doing FOIL or double distribution is what I say. So we take the x, multiply it to each term, take the 4, multiply it to each term. X times x squared, x cubed, x times negative 4x, negative 4x squared, x times 10 is 10x. And the 4 times x squared is 4x squared, 4 times negative 4, negative 16x, and 4 times 10 is 40. And then we're going to add our remainder of 5. You guys can now simplify it. X squares cancel out. Minus 6x plus 45. And if you ever want to check it, you can now divide if you want to go backwards. Take this, divide it by that, and you should get that as the answer. Did I put the homework at the bottom of the page? No? Page 168. 1A, 4 to 6, 10, 12, 13. There are some tricky ones. Do your best. And we'll ask questions